So this example showed how we can use the storefront curtain wall type as an easier way, a more convenient way to have all of the elements with the curtain wall built at the same time. So the grids, the mullions, and the panels all done in one step. Another reason why the storefront curtain wall type is actually quite handy is that it can actually function as a wall within a wall. And with that in mind, it can also be used to make windows. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So in my level 1 floor plan view, with those 4 storefront curtain walls already built, just for comparison, I'm going to, over here on the left side, do another type of wall. So on the Architecture tab, Wall Tool, I'm going to go back up to the top of the type selector where we've been before. I'll choose just the exterior brick on metal stud. And once again, just kind of confirming the habit, I want to set this up to level 2. And I'm just going to drag out one single line here, just one extension of this wall type. And just for the sake of the demo, I'm going to make this a little bit more sort of visually clear by setting my detail level to fine, and then my visual style to shaded so I can see some layers and some colors. And I'm just going to make the exterior, the cladding or the brick, kind of face down. So remember, if you ever need to swap the layers on the wall, you can just click on that little double arrow. So now with this wall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the wall tool, and in the type selector, drop one more time down to the bottom and click on Storefront. And I'm going to deliberately draw this storefront curtain wall right at the middle point of this brick wall. And you can see that I get a little snap there. That little purple X lets me know that I'm in the middle of the wall. And all I have to do is just click, and I'll drag to the right. And you can see that it has placed this curtain wall object right in the middle of my existing brick wall. Now, I want to swap the mullions around. And if I just click here in the middle, you'll see that I get that kind of larger bounding box selection, that temporary highlight on the overall wall. So if I click there, I get the full wall. You want to make sure you're not clicking on an individual mullion or a grid or a panel, which is kind of hard to do in a plan view anyway. But just make sure you've got the overall wall. I'm just going to click on this little double arrow again, just to make sure the exterior part of the curtain wall faces down. And typically on a curtain wall, that shorter distance between the mullion and the glass marks the outside. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to a 3D view. And over here, you'll see that I've placed this curtain wall within the brick wall. So the significant difference here with the storefront type, as I said, is it's meant to be a wall within a wall. And I'll see that a little more clearly if I click on the entire wall once again by just clicking on this spot, that I have grips top and bottom. And if I drag those so that the curtain wall is now shorter than the brick wall, you'll see that Revit fills in around that shorter curtain wall with the host wall or the brick wall. And that remains editable. All those parameters are tracked. So no matter what size I make this, the brick wall will fill in around it. And this is how we can actually use the curtain wall as a window. So if you want to have a typical sort of, let's say a horizontal band type window, a Conair type window that you'll use in your 360 class, and you're not finding anything in the library that looks like it, you just want it to have a kind of curtain wall look, you can just use the storefront curtain wall type and then just shorten it up, and it'll look more like a window.
So how did you get, when you did the brick wall, and how did you get the mullion into it?
Okay, so that's how we can use the storefront curtain wall type as a window.